Well, the very famous TEDx is coming to Ottawa. We're looking forward to this on a Thursday, September 28th. With us right now, very cool title this guy has. He's a speaker mixologist with TEDxOttawa, Kevin Holmes.
Hi.
How are you?
Excellent. It's been a long time. We've been at it for about a year to prepare, and in 2 weeks it'll happen.
Well, congratulations on that. We're looking forward to all the fun, including fun from this guy here, because he's one of the speakers. Jeff Westeinde, who's a speaker and president of the Zibi Redevelopment Project. How are you?
And a part-time mixologist, but a different kind.
You're a part-time mixologist. Okay, different kind for sure. Tell us about the Zibi Redevelopment Project.
Well, for those people that are from Ottawa, it's the old E.B. Eddy lands. So it's a 37-acre piece of property that spans the border between Ontario and Quebec, a couple of the islands that are just offshore of the National War Museum, and some lands that are attached to the island of Hull. So that's been industrial for 200 years, and I and my team have the pleasure of reimagining what it's going to be for the next 200 years.
Wow. And how long have you been working on this?
We started the project in 2013.
Okay. Are we getting close to a finish, or does it take a while? Obviously.
Oh no, this will be about a 10 to 15 year redevelopment. We've got our first couple of buildings going up right now. We'll have people living, working, and playing there come 2018. But then, you know, it'll take 10 years to fully build that out. It's about 4 million square feet of development overall.
Nice. TEDx, for those who don't know, I mean, how could they not know? But online, YouTube, like, I mean, these speeches get millions of views.
Yeah, we saw some of the data recently. They've over 1 billion views now on TEDx videos, which is sort of the independent brand of the TED conference. And TED is Canadian now, which is kind of interesting. They moved to Vancouver from California.
Well, that's good. So you have been around for a few years, TEDxOttawa.
Yeah, so how I got involved, I work at the college, Algonquin College, and we did TEDx Algonquin College. And we went to do a bigger show, because it's sort of a process where you have to ask the TED organization if you can have a bigger show. You have to do a small show, and then they'll give you a license for a bigger show. So when we went to do the bigger show, we realized that this year is Canada's birthday, it's the city's birthday, and it's also the college's 50th birthday. So there were a lot of birthdays involved, so we thought we would go for the whole TEDxOttawa and open it up to the whole city.
So what exactly is a TEDx event, in case people don't know what it's all about?
So it's really about people sharing ideas and learning. So TEDx was originally about, TED stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. And it was originally just a private conference. And it was when YouTube started that it actually became massive, when they started sharing the videos online, and people would hear all types of different stories that sort of inspire them to do things and take on challenges. And so that's what it's really about. It's about sharing ideas, and for us, the theme was Who Knew, and it was about learning the things in Ottawa that maybe we don't know the stories behind, but we should, because they're pretty amazing.
And you have a theme this year?
Yeah,
for this year's TEDx?
Yeah, so it's Who Knew.
Okay. So what exactly does that mean, who knew?
So in the case of Jeff, who knew that business people would take a hold of a site that's been sitting basically empty for so long and turn it into something great for the city? And that was part of our initial discussions as well. Lansdowne was the same thing. We had local business folk say, we're going to take this on and turn it into something, and he's done the same with that site, and that site is an amazing place.
Incredible. So obviously, I mean, maybe I'm speaking on your behalf, Jeff, but do you want people to know about what you're doing, the great things that are happening? I mean, is that one of the reasons why you wanted to speak at TEDx?
Well, so one of the interesting thing is lifelong learning, knowledge, all that type of thing in Algonquin College, who I'm a big fan of, sort of said, listen, if you can talk about, first off, who knew what's going on, and secondly, how do you overcome obstacles? And with TED, a TED Talk, it's not just about getting up and telling your own story or the story of this project. It's about, is there a recipe for doing more of this? So I'm looking forward to sharing some lessons learned. You know, I talked a little bit about the project. Currently a contaminated site sitting in the middle of two provinces, interest from First Nations, so literally the place where Canada's 3 founding nations came together. It'd be difficult to contemplate a more challenging or complicated piece of property in this part of the world, maybe in the entire country.
Oh, wow.
And how did we overcome all the obstacles to do what we are now doing, which is to build one of the world's most environmentally and socially sustainable communities? So it's the chance to share some of those lessons learned, not so much to tell our story and what we're up to, but you know, a recipe that hopefully others would pick up on and take on similar types of challenges.
So you're hoping to inspire some people?
That's what TED's about.
Yeah. Nice. Was it difficult, Kevin, to find the speakers for?
Yeah, so this was a pretty interesting process. So we made a call for applications. We had over like 150 applications. We spent a lot of time going through them, trying to figure out who to select. Then we did 24 auditions, and we had a lot of discussions amongst our team. We have quite a big team organizing the event, and then we finally got to 6. And I got to tell you, it was really hard. There were like amazing people that we wanted to have, but it was like we can only have 6 speakers.
Okay.
So yeah, so I've learned so much about the city, and more important about really amazing things that go on in the city. Like we have a whale researcher who's going to speak. Like who would know Ottawa has a leading whale researcher?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
so
why you need to go to TEDx.
Yeah. That's right.
But the bad news is apparently good news for you guys. It's sold out already.
Yeah. So we before we had even selected the speakers, we put tickets on sale, and we sold quite a few. Just people knowing it was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a year people want to go to amazing events, and then as soon as we announced the speakers, it was literally days they were all sold out.
Nice. Jeff, do you get nervous about this?
I was actually sharing with Kevin ahead of time. I was flattered because they actually asked me to come and give a speech versus going through the application process. So as I found out more about the event, 650 people in the audience, paying is not inexpensive to get there.
Yeah.
I am very aware of the fact that I better deliver impact and entertainment. So I have to admit, yeah, there's some nerves.
Well, you delivered impact and entertainment right here on Daytime. So
well, thank you.
This was your small warm-up, okay? Kevin and Jeff, best of luck with TEDx Ottawa happening Thursday, September 28th.
Thank you.
We have more coming up on Daytime, including details on what is tick, tick, boom. We'll find out in moments.